Like I talked about this with different people, because like Charles Barkley's always in the news, right? He's always doing. He's
he got
topical.
booed somewhere. Yeah,
I didn't not.
Booed.
I didn't see that.
Somebody's concert.
Did he really?
Yeah, he got booed at somebody's concert.
And right there, it's easy. Like, don't boo me, knucklehead. You know, it's easy because you can turn something in. Last year, Western Conference semifinals, I think it was. Draymond Green on the Golden State Warriors, one of those guys. If you love the team, he's your guy. He's your Dennis Rodman. If you hate him, he's your Dennis Rodman. Right? I can't stand this guy. He's a cheater. But Charles Barkley, his reaction to him was, in honesty and truth, he goes on TV, and I talk about this in my act. He's like, I want to punch Draymond Green in the face. And that's like, I'd never heard an announcer do something like that. That sounds like an Italian announcer, right? Hey, I want to punch this guy in the face.
That was great.
So he says that, but then he apologizes later, you know, and I believe they made him apologize and said this is going to become something big if you don't. But he found a way to apologize because he's always truthful and honest. He found a way to apologize that he could stay true to himself. And he basically went on TV and said, I apologize for recognizing that Draymond Green has such a punchable face, which is not an apology, but it's brilliant because it sounds kind of like an apology and it gets you out of it. But he stayed true to him and it's basically a cheat code in a video game, right? Other people lose their jobs. He just got 20 extra lives. But he set himself up. Barkley set himself up years ago as as an entity. When he was playing basketball, he went out and said, I am not a role model. Then he constantly went out there and proved it. And now he has a persona. He gets to be that guy. And now you're set because you have your point of view and people, well, that's Charles being Charles, or he's going to be honest. And it works. And a lot of what I've set up in my stage presence over the years is, well, I'm going to put on a show for you. And guys like you go up there, and some of the people that I look to now and go, how do they do that? You go out there and find a way to have yourself go straight to the audience. And that's a key thing because you can always be, you might ramp something up to be more for television or a movie or something like that.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, but you might do it, but it's still you.
When you come here, the first thing they say to you is write jokes based on your sitcom.
Right.
So you could paint a picture for the agents and the casting people and the producers and the writers. I saw 20 comics that destroyed their career by doing that in 98 to 2001. 2002, they were giving away those $500,000 deals.
Right.
So people went from going up there and saying, I want to run over a black guy in a car today, to going up there and talking about, for starters, my little girl, I picked her up at school today, and I saw it. And I saw it. I saw the transformation of a lot of comics. In other words, selling out.
Right.
Selling out, and then when they didn't get nowhere with it, they couldn't make a comeback.
Yeah.
They couldn't come back. I started as a one-liner guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine
I'm
that.
a Rodney Dangerfield guy.
Really?
It's not going to be a bit. I'm not a writer. I'm not intelligent like you guys. It's not going to be nothing. And then I heard a dear friend of mine did a Showtime show. And before he came on the show, I had to go to the bathroom and take a shit. And I'm in the bathroom taking a shit, listening to him on Showtime doing one-liners.
Right.
And I go, that's why nobody hires me.
Right.
This is why I'm not this and this. I got to go up there and start telling stories.
And if you can come from truth.
That's it. They want the truth.
Because people, I don't know how people
they smell
do it. Yes.
They smell weakness. They smell a lie. You have to commit to it. It's like an R-rated joke when you're into comedy 3 years. Like when I was doing comedy 6 years, I came up with this joke, and I could not sell the joke, even though it made me laugh high and unhigh. I would giggle on stage when I said it. Nobody else would laugh. I brought the joke back 13 years later. It destroyed because I wasn't ready for that joke at that time. I wasn't presenting it right. It's a dish with, it's like what you're saying with your impersonations. Sometimes you would just go up there with a dish with a steak on it.
Right.
It's a great steak.
Right.
It's a great steak. I love it. What if you put little mashed potatoes on the side, 3 flowers, 4 orange slices, raspberry? It's a presentation.
Yes.
It's a presentation.
If they know who you are and where you're coming from, they're coming.
They're coming. They're coming.
I don't know what just fell, but it scared me.
No, it was a drumstick I put up there and it just fell down. I was trying to clean the place up for you.
This is cleaning up.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is as good as it gets.
Thank you.
There's no drugs on the table.
Right. I
now,
feel safe.
I had to wipe it down because I was scared that you went for a piss test next week and you come back positive with ketamine and heroin in your system just from touching it. I don't want that.
Looks like the wolf has been here.
No, yeah, we clean everything here. Everything's sanitized. We do everything. We try to put it together.
It was funny. I was listening to the Rappaport show too. It was funny because he was talking about taking a dump before he came in.
Yeah,
your bathroom's not connected. It's the perfect place to take. It's all by itself. Like that, he should have done that.
It smells like a dump in there, like somebody else took a dump in there.
You guys are taking shits on the street.
Oh, that was terrible. Now, at the University of Milwaukee, were you thinking about comedy then? What were you thinking? What'd you
broadcast journalism.
Okay, so you were three.
Yeah, I wanted to be a sports center anchor.
Okay, you're a big sports guy.
I'm not. People think I am.
Now,
again, look at how.
Did you grow up a Green Bay Packer fan?
Yeah, it's a state law basically. You can't not. Although my family's
you can't open up a club in Green Bay. The Funny Bone used to be there, and it died 1,000 fucking deaths.
Appleton has a small. Listen, the first time I went to Green Bay and as a comedian, an adult really, because I'd never gone up there, and Sundays, everybody, even the McDonald's workers, were wearing Brett Favre jerseys. I've never seen like you got to wear a McDonald's uniform, but not there. Right. I've never seen anything like it. But the whole city shuts down. It's not a city; it's a town. But the whole town, whatever you want to call it, the Green Bay area, I don't know if it's still like that. But this is probably mid '90s to 2000. Nothing. Not a Packer game was going on. Screw it.
Go to Denver on a Sunday. When I lived in Denver, those Sundays you could rob a bank.
Yeah.
You could stab somebody.
That's part of it.
I'll never forget when I was in the mall.
Wait a second. I think you did have an issue there.
I had a couple of issues there.
You don't even go to Colorado anymore, right?
Yeah, I go to Denver.
Oh, you do?
I just can't go to Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle and parts of Oregon. Seattle and parts of Idaho are unknown. When I lived in Denver, I still remember when they played against the Cleveland Browns, the drive.
Right.
I was at the mall during the drive. And I'll never forget seeing everybody in the hallways watching TVs that Radio Shack had and stuff. And going, if I was going to rob this place, this is the time we'd do it. Nobody would care.
The funny thing is, I would say something like that. It's a joke. You say something like that, you're casing the place.
Oh, let me explain something to you. The best thing in my future that happened is that they tore that mall down. When I tell you I sank that mall financially, I'm not lying to you. I went in there with 3 credit cards in the summer of '85 and threw the cards away and would still go back in there. I remember walking in that mall one day and they had a CD player, Radio Shack, without a box, like a
display unit. Yeah.
Display unit. And the guys were all the way in the back talking. And I go, you know what? I could use a CD player in my house. I'll never forget unplugging it and just wrapping it and walking out of the fucking mall. Like still walking 30 yards to the door and then going to my car. I destroyed that mall.
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.